Mustafa IV was the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire from 1807 to 1808. Biography. Born in Constantinople, Mustafa IV was the child of Sultan Abdülhamid I and Nukitsaza Hanım Efendi. His mother was responsible for his education, but Mustafa preferred to live a life of pleasure instead of focusing on his studies. They alone were therefore eligible to inherit the throne from Selim, by whom they were treated favorably. Since Mustafa was the elder, he took precedence over his brother to the throne. During his short reign, Mustafa would both save his cousin's life, and order him murdered. Mustafa was Sultan Selim III's favorite crown prince, but he deceived his cousin and cooperated with the rebels to take his throne. Mustafa came to the throne in the wake of the turbulent events that led to the fatwa against Selim for introducing, among the Muslims, the manners of infidels and showing an intention to suppress the Janissaries. Selim fled to the palace, where he swore fealty to his cousin as the new sultan, and attempted to commit suicide. Mustafa spared his life by smashing the cup of poison that his cousin attempted to drink. Mustafa's brief reign was turbulent. Immediately upon ascending to the throne, the Janissaries rioted throughout Constantinople, looting and murdering anyone who appeared to support Selim. More threatening, however, was a truce signed with the Russians, which freed Mustafa Bey Rukhdar, a pro-reformist commander stationed on the Danube, to march his army back to Constantinople in an effort to restore Selim. With the aid of the Grand Vizier of Adrianople, the army marched on the capital and seized the palace, attempting to secure his position by positing himself as the only surviving heir of Osman. Mustafa ordered both Selim and his brother Mahmud murdered at Topkapi Palace, Constantinople. He then ordered his guards to show the rebels Selim's body, and they promptly tossed it into the inner courtyard of the palace. Mustafa then ascended his throne, assuming that Mahmud was also dead, but the prince had been hiding in the furnace of a bath. Just as the rebels demanded that Mustafa yield his place to a worthier, Mahmud revealed himself, and Mustafa was deposed. The failure of his short reign prevented the efforts to undo the reforms, which continued under Mahmud. Mustafa was later killed on Mahmud's orders. Personal life. During his regency, Aisha Sini-Yepova, his adoptive mother and the 11th wife of Ottoman Sultan Abdülhamid Diawal Khan, served as Valide Sultan at Topkapi Palace. His wives were Sevranur Kadın Efendi, Dilpazir Kadın Efendi, Sayara Kadın Efendi and Pikadil Kadın Efendi. He had a girl named Emine Sultan who died in 1808 when 6 months old.